This screencast is going to show you how to import an article from the U.S. History and Context Gale database. So to get to the database, you can go to the library website and click on the U.S. History and Context link along the left-hand side. Once you get there, make sure you have signed in, because this will activate some tools that you will be able to use with taking notes and sharing resources to your drive. So you should see your name once you've signed in, and you can search for your topic. So I'm going to type in the Tuskegee Airmen, and I just want you to pay attention that just like in a Google search, it will autofill possible searches that other people have done, and so you can look to see if there's any keywords or thoughts that might be helpful in a future search. So I'm just going to keep Tuskegee Airmen as my search, and it'll bring you to the results. And at the top, it has all the different types of sources that it located. So you can scroll through to each one, but right now we're looking for our background article. So I'm going to look in the reference section. It says there are 16, but it's only showing the first couple. So if I click that, it will expand all of those 16 results. And I'm going to look a little bit at each of those articles and figure out which one is the one that I want to choose to be my first article. I might consider when it was written. I might consider the lexile. Most of the articles will tell me what the lexile is. So if I know what my Just Right independent reading level is for nonfiction information, that might help me make a decision. And overall, the title, make sure that it is focused on Tuskegee Airmen, because as the first two look very focused, when I go further down, it looks a little more general. So I'm going to stick with one of the first two. And I think this one has almost 2,000 words. This one only has 272 words. So I think this is going to have a little bit more information. So I'm going to click on this one to get started. And I'm going to just scroll through, and it looks like there is some good information that will get me started. Now I can do a few things. Up here, I have all of these tools. So your first step is to save it to your NoodleTools. So if I click the Cite button, I'm going to stay on MLA 8th edition, and I can export it to any of these locations. So I can take this citation and I can export it to NoodleTools. When I get to this view, you will see your citation up here. The middle will be asking you to just double check that the citation format is correct, and you will learn how to identify the different parts of a citation as we go on through our process and we find more sources. But just think of a citation as a map to get back to the location of information that people are using to put together their projects. So it has the title of the article, it has the source where that article was found, which database and what year it was located, or it was from, and it also has a link directly to that article as well as the date that you accessed it. So it looks like this is good and I don't need to edit anything. And down here, you'll know you're logged into NoodleTools in another tab because it'll have your projects available, so you can tell NoodleTools which project you want to add this source to. So it's going to be your NHD one, and you're going to click Import. And it says one reference successfully exported to your project. Now, this isn't NoodleTools itself, so you will have NoodleTools in another tab, and you can find where that article actually then showed up in your sources. So it is there, and that is all that you have to do to get an article from the Gale database into your NoodleTools.